Apparently, your favorite Amazon FBA guru is selling fake Nike socks on Amazon. Is that true? This is what we are going to talk about today, because we see, you see a lot of people saying that on Twitter, and we all know who they are talking about. Because if you're in the States, you pretty much know everybody else. Storefront, right? And we know who sells what, because it's not too hard to find storefront. We all know they are talking about. I'm not going to say name, of course, because I'm not that kind of person. But I just, because I'm always super critical of FBA, of Amazon FBA gurus, of online arbitrage gurus. Not only that, but also about people on Twitter, about the Amazon online arbitrage community. As a whole, I'm always super critical, but sometimes you need to reestablish the truth. And there's a lot of weirdos. I'd say that the thing is that you do not need to be super smart to run this business, all right? So you have a lot of dumbass that are kind of successful in this business. You have a lot of weirdos, because you do not need to really get outside of your comfort zone to actually reach some success in Amazon. Before I even started networking, I already had, you can just do it by yourself, on your own, and reach six figures, build a six-figure business. Before I even started, before I reached six figures on Amazon, I actually reached six figures without networking, without talking to anybody, just being myself, doing my stuff in my house, in my office, in front of my computer, by myself. You do not need a lot of people. You do not need to network to actually reach those numbers. So, as I said, you have a lot of weirdos, you have a lot of dumbass that actually run this business and that are actually kind of successful, and that because of that, their voice gets what's the word? Their voice gets louder. I don't know if it's the right word, but you see what I'm saying. So in today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about that, about Nike socks, about if this guy is actually selling fake Nike socks. The answer is no, and I'm going to tell you exactly why these guys say that. But before I actually do, link in the description if you need one-on-one coaching, if you need help to build your Amazon business way faster. It does not matter if you're a beginner or if you're a little bit more advanced. If you want to accelerate your growth, if you do not want to do all the mistakes that you are going to do, obviously, when you start, or if you are trying to scale, if you want someone to help you scale, link in the description, book a call with me, look at my availability, and I can help you build a plan to actually scale your Amazon business or kickstart it if you're just starting. Also, second link in the description, Discord server, best place to actually network, because this is one of the things that is going to get you ahead. Yes, you can reach some levels of success by yourself, but when you actually start networking, you start getting so many more opportunities. And if you actually do, and you talk to the right people, you will not say some bullshit like it's impossible to find Nike shoes, Nike socks, profitably to resell on Amazon because the prices are too low. You need to know some stuff. This is not some stuff that you are going to figure out by yourself. I did not figure it out by myself. I learned all that by networking. So link in the description, best place to network, Discord server. So, as I said, people are not selling fake socks, fake Nike socks on them. Maybe some people are doing it, right? But it's not when the only thing that you need is to know the sales cycle, know where to find the Nike socks profitably, and when do they come profitably, how often, and how to reduce your cost to actually be able to find them profitably. To be honest, you could run a 7-figure business just by selling Nike socks, nothing else. You do not need to be sourcing all day, every day. It's not that difficult, if I'm being honest. You could really build a 7-figure Amazon business just by selling Nike socks, if you know where to find them, if you know how to reduce your cost, and if you know which one to sell on which listing. I'm not going to say more than that. And do not come ask me. Start networking with other people. Maybe some other people are going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. All right. Start networking. Come on the Discord server. Talk to the people. Or go to other Discord server and talk to other people. And this is the kind of stuff that you actually learn when you start networking. But you see a lot of people saying this, trying to discredit people that have the biggest audience on Amazon, to try to bring back the light, to try to bring back the light to them. And I think it's super disingenuous, and it's I don't know, no, I should not say that, because you should not attribute to malice what can just be explained by I forgot what the exact quote is, but just what can be attributed to stupidity, right? So maybe these people are just dumb, that they just don't know. But I would say that it's not the case, and they are just trying to build their own audience and just trying to say, hey, listen to me, these are the guys that are doing some bullshit, they are selling fake Nike socks. You should not do what they say because they do not actually know. Listen to me, I did this and that. Yes, I do not have the same numbers, my numbers are lower, but these guys are not doing things by the rule. And this is what I feel like people are trying to do. The worst thing is that they actually invite the people that they talk shit about on their podcast and do stuff like that. And to be honest, it's really like, I'm not friends with any of those guys and I do not want to be, because it's really, I said it, like the online arbitrage community is really trash. Because you see a lot of stuff like that, of people talking trash about other people and stuff like that. But, yeah, regarding Nike socks, you do not need to sell fake Nike socks to make money on Nike socks. You need to know where to look at. You need to know to reduce your cost. You need to know a couple of tricks to actually being able to make them profitable. But just because, and this is what you should remember from this video, just because you do not know where someone is finding a product profitably, does not mean that is either like selling at a loss, or just to have big orange bars just to be able to sell a course, or is just, buying fake socks or fake products, or is stealing the stuff. Maybe you just don't know where to look at. That's the only thing. Maybe you do not know where to look at. Maybe he knows more about sourcing that specific niche than you. And it's the same thing as people actually, saying, oh, look at these noobs actually tanking my listing. They did not tank your listing. Maybe they are still profitable at that price and you are not. You do not know. You do not know if they find it wholesale. You do not know where they find the product. Even if they have a few reviews, you do not know. If you do not know, maybe you are the noob. Maybe they are not the noob. You are the noob, or you are the dumb one, because you do not know where they can find, how they can make money doing that. That's it. Stop looking at what other people are doing. Yes, of course, yeah, not in that way, but like stop focusing on what other people are doing. If it's working for them, great. Maybe they know something that you don't know. All right, maybe you can just start networking and figure out that stuff by yourself. Or you can just, but like, to be honest, with the Nike socks, I would not have figured it out by myself if I was not networking, to be honest, because it's super hard to figure out. You're not going to figure out by yourself how to do it, more than likely. And there's a lot of stuff that, of course, I'm not going to say here, and it's not just about Nike socks, but about a lot of other stuff that you are not going to figure out, except if you network with some 7-figure sellers, or 8-figure sellers. Like, there's some stuff that is gonna take you ages to figure out, that you're not gonna figure out by yourself. Do you need those to actually make a living selling on Amazon? No. But there's some stuff, like, it's gonna make your life so much easier. And this is why networking is super important. But do not assume that if somebody is selling something at a price that is not profitable for you, do not assume that they are selling inauthentic products, or that they are stealing the products, or whatever. Like, do not assume that, because just if you do online arbitrage, you are gonna compete sometimes on some listings with people that actually do retail arbitrage. And when you do retail arbitrage, a lot of the time you can find products way cheaper than people doing online arbitrage. It's just the truth on a lot of listings. There are some listings that you are not going to be able to find profitably doing online arbitrage, but a lot of people doing retail arbitrage are going to be able to find them. So there's a lot of things that, same thing with wholesale. And sometimes, and for the guys who do wholesale, sometimes you can find product cheaper doing online arbitrage than wholesale if your supplier sucks. So, it is a stuff that you really need to understand, because you should not come with that mindset of talking shit about people, especially, when it comes to Amazon. This is what everybody else is doing. This is what I do not really like, this community. This is why I'm not trying to network with everybody. I'd rather, like, to be honest, the way I'm networking right now is I really let people come to me because I have this channel, so it's super easy for me, right? But like, if you are actually trying to build an audience on Twitter, I really feel like you really need to be negative and talk shit about people that way, and just say some bullshit, because this is what people are actually doing on Twitter, right now, especially in the Amazon online arbitrage space. So yeah, I'd say, just start networking, and yes, you can sell Nike socks profitably. You just need to know where to look at. Right? Same thing with every product. And everybody does not have the same requirements, the same criteria for leads. So some people are totally fine selling products at 15% return on investment. I'm not. Some people are. Do I assume that they are dumb? But no, maybe they are doing way much. And we talked about this a little bit. It's not just about return on investment, but it's about time in inventory. And like, it's possible that after 1 year, people that are actually selling at 15% return on investment are actually making way more money than I am with selling at 30% return on investment, because 30% return on investment is my criteria right now. Some people sell at 15, some people sell at 20, and are making like, they will flip their money way faster than I am at the end of the year, right? So just because they sell products way faster, and if you can speed up, and it was the case for me, you know, not really going to 15% return on investment, but I did tank some listings when I was deep in stock, just because I wanted to sell stuff super fast. And, you know, I knew that I was going to be able to do this at that price. And like, because sometimes you see that the sales rank, people sell the product too high, too expensive. And when you are deep in stock, you know, sometimes it happens to me that I went on a listing and purposefully actually tanked the price, because I just by looking at the data, I know that it sells way faster. For example, there's a product that used to sell at $27 and that used to sell super fast. That is right now selling at $35, $38, $40. And at $40, at $38, you can see that the sales rank is super high, right? So I would go on these listings. I used to do that a lot before. I would go on those listings with 100 units, 150 units, set my price at 25, and let it rip, like let the sales, like make sure that I have a lot of sales. And I was doing this more before I had the prep center. I'm not doing that as much right now, but you can, like, you do not necessarily need to, you know, everybody has its strategy, and like you can bring a listing that sells, I don't know, like maybe 30 units a month to I don't know, like 100, 150 units a month by doing that. And if anybody is matching your price, why would you stay price higher just to sell a few units if you can like sell 100, 150 units a month if you bring the price down? So sometimes, you know, you need to really look at everything and do not look at things in a vacuum. And this is why, you know, this is why I say people on Twitter, like most Amazon sellers are dumb as fuck. I'm sorry to say it, but like you see a lot of losers actually running this business because it's an easy business to run, all right? People that are dumb as fuck, you see that a lot. All you need is capital. This is the only thing that you need. As I said, you can literally run a 7-figure business just by selling Nike socks. That's it. You do not even need anything else. Once again, I'm not going to tell you everything about Nike socks. Just start networking, ask people, and about all the other stuff that I know, because you know I'm not going to say it to every single, like to everybody. It's stuff that you need to figure out. I can teach you the basics. I can teach you some stuff. I taught you a lot of things. I taught you how to source Walgreens. I literally have a list that you can sign up for, where I send you the link for Walgreens every single week. Just watch my Walgreens video. Same thing. I taught you how to source Ulta, what to look for. It's the same thing for Nike socks. You need to figure out that stuff. You need to look everywhere. I cannot tell you everything. Of course, I cannot tell you everything. I told you a lot already. I told you way more than most people, right? I told you more than all these Amazon gurus that these people are saying shit about. You know, I told you way more than them. So start networking. Start to eat by yourself, because do not start DMing me or leaving comments asking me about Nike socks here. Do not come on Discord, adding me as friend and asking me about Nike, because you cannot add me as friend on Discord anyway. But do not come on the Discord server and ask about Nike socks. I'm not going to tell you. You need to ask people. You need to start networking with people, and I cannot help you with this. I made a video on how to network, how to actually network. I gave you some tips to actually network, and if you do this, maybe you reach that point, right, where people are going to be able to share. But you need to have some stuff to share as well when you actually network, you know? You need to bring some values to people, and people will give you value back, right? But to be honest, yeah, you can just run a huge business just by selling Nike socks. You do not need to be smart. And this is why we have a lot of dumbass on Twitter talking about Amazon, all right? So beware of who you're listening to. Just know that, you know, they talk a lot of shit about a lot of guys. Just know that these guys are legit. The top names on YouTube about online arbitrage are legit. They are legit. Maybe they do not share everything that they do, but they are legit in what they... because I've been critical of them as well, you know, as I said. But they are legit. You can basically... And you know who I'm talking about. You can find their storefront. It's not too hard, to be honest. So, and this is what you should do. You should look at... If you want to listen to someone, you should try to find their storefront and see what they're actually selling, and try to reverse engineer it. It's not too hard to do. And yeah, just know that these guys are legit. And I'm talking about really the two biggest guys on YouTube when it comes to online arbitrage. They are legit. Maybe they do not say everything that they do, but they are legit. they actually know to run an online arbitrage business. Maybe, but you know, maybe they're not as good as teaching as I would like personally. This is why I actually made this channel. But yeah, I do not want to make this video too long. You can find Nike socks profitably. You just need to know where to look for, what to look for, when to look for them, and how to reduce your price. That's it. They are not selling fake Nike socks. Do not listen to those losers on Twitter, and do not listen to any loser on Twitter. Like I'd say, there's not too many guys that just follow the big accounts on Twitter when it comes to Amazon FBA and listen to what they say, because they have some interesting stuff to say. I'm talking about those 8-figure sellers, 9-figure sellers. I don't know if there's 9-figure. Yes, there's 9-figure sellers on Twitter, but they are doing private labeling. But if you want to follow people, follow the top. Do not follow all the other losers on Twitter, like the small sellers on Twitter, because most of them are dumbass. So it's way better for you to actually listen to the big guys, see what they have to say, and really look for those 8-figure accounts that are not trying to sell you a course, because you're going to learn a lot from them. I'm thinking about, let me see. I'm not going to say names because I do not want to give free clout, even though I have a small channel, but I do not want to give free clout to people. But like, just look for them. You'll find them. Look for the really big guy, listen to what they say, and you'll be all right. Do not listen to all the other dumbass, all right? That's it for today. I hope you liked it. Watch these other videos if you want to actually keep learning about selling on Amazon. I release a new video every single day. Sometimes I just talk, I just talk my mind like I did today. But yeah, by the way, new background. I just moved the table. I moved 5 meters. But yeah, watch this video on the screen if you want to keep learning about selling on Amazon. I'll see you tomorrow. Subscribe, like this video, do all that stuff. Link in the description for the Discord server. Link in the description for the other thing I forgot. And yeah, the coaching calls. There we go. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. Thank you for watching.